Hello, test, test, test.
There we go.
Down there. Okay, can you guys hear him? Chat, can you hear Nikita, Lucas? Just want to make sure all the audio is working. What's going on, guys?
What's up?
Hello, everyone. So welcome to Talking Tarkov podcast. Today we got Lucas from T-Rex Arms with us, and of course, you guys all know Nikita. The goal of these podcasts is kind of like 20% Tarkov, like 20% politics, 60% gun stuff. So if you guys are here expecting it to be all Tarkov, it's not. Sorry, not this podcast. This is more like to relax and chill and, you know, kind of just talk about random gun stuff with politics that relate to guns, and of course Tarkov, you know, because that's why I'm sure a lot of you guys are here. Lucas and Nikita, the guys, thank you both for your time. I know you guys are both very busy as always.
Yep.
So it's a pleasure to see you both. Lucas, could you do a little bit of an introduction for people who just don't know who you are, just in case?
Sorry, you cut out there. I didn't get the last.
Could you do a little introduction for the people who aren't familiar with you?
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm the CEO of T-Rex Arms, a manufacturing and retail company here in the U.S., located in the Nashville area. We started producing Kydex holsters a little over 7 years ago, and that quickly morphed into retailing high-end rifle parts, weapon lights. I do a little bit of shooting on the side, and we have a YouTube channel that's 1 million plus subs. And I'm also a gamer and streamer, and I run around and train people as well on the side as well. So just a lot of gun industry related activity from my company, T-Rex Arms.
Awesome, thanks, dude. Nikita, can you do it? I'm just kidding. Everybody knows who you are.
I'm just a guy with a hammer.
Yeah, he's trying to install his handguard on his. It's not the PP. It's not a PP19, is it? It's a different model, right?
It's like a Saiga 9, but it's not like Saiga 9. It's TR9. This is like smoothbore version of Saiga 9.
Because it's like the loophole, kind of like 366, because you can't have rifling on certain weapons. I see.
And I wanted to replace it with another handguard and make it all fancy, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't figure out how exactly I should remove it.
Yeah, it looks like it's maybe getting caught on the gas block or the
yeah,
suppressor,
maybe it just needs to we'll hit it with the hammer or something. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Also, everybody in chat, Grantham and Brandon Herrera were going to be joining us, but they're actually at like an event right now with like Chuck Liddell and a bunch of other guys and like donuts over there. They're all like doing like fun, crazy stuff. They just tased a guy like for fun. Like they're doing wild stuff out there, having a good time. So we'll probably end up getting them both on the next one. So right now it's just going to be us three. And the podcast is only going to be about like an hour and a half. So it's not going to be like a super long one.
Okay.
So first thing I think that would be good to talk about, because me and Nikita were actually talking about this the past couple of days, because we're kind of like going back and forth about like weapon balance a bit. And suppressors in Tarkov that attach to compensators stack their recoil bonus. And I think a lot of players understand that this is, you know, one of the best ways that you can massively reduce recoil on most assault rifles in the game. I think the SIG QD suppressor is like, you know, the best one at the moment. It got a little bit of a nerf not too long ago. And I was kind of thinking how when you put a suppressor over a muzzle brake, since it's covering the ports, the gas has nowhere to go. So therefore, the recoil reduction really shouldn't be there. And Nikita said that he tested this out with certain suppressors and that it does, in fact, slightly reduce the recoil depending on, you know, the type of muzzle brake and suppressor you have. But it is kind of specific, where Lucas also mentioned to me that it is kind of the same thing. It does kind of depend on the suppressor, but the recoil reduction isn't as significant. And I'll kind of allow Lucas here to explain, because obviously he has an example and all that kind of stuff right here. So
I want to mention one thing. Like I have such type of the muzzle brakes where you can attach the silencer, or not the silencer, like silencers and afterburner. I would say like this one, like kind of KX3 kind of type of things attached over the like muzzle brakes to cover like the blast. I don't know, blast shields or something.
Yes. Blast. Yeah.
Blast mitigator.
Yes, and the thing is, if you want to make your muzzle brake work efficiently, you need a lot of gas. And I was testing it with the system, with the rifles, and like with a lot of gassing, like AK systems and 366 guns with a lot of like firepower and a lot of gases. So my conclusions, my tests were made, and it looks and feels like there is a slight change of like slight reduction of recoil depending on different types of ammunition and weapons. But overall, if you have like large caliber, high power like ammunition and rifles, you will have like this effect working more efficiently than like 5.56, for example, or 5.05. This is my conclusion. So it's not stacking like in the game right now, of course. It's not like additively multiplies like the recoil buffs, but again it's kind of multiplies, but not like so big, not so like drastically. And this is it. This was like my conclusions, especially as I said before, with the guns, with the large caliber guns with the high powered ammunition.
I think it's great too that you're actually out there like testing the shit in real life to make sure like, okay, does this stuff actually apply to my game? You know, because not a lot of developers actually go out there in the field and like see the shit for themselves. Usually they go online or they have somebody like tell them who does it. But I think it's really cool that you and your team are always going out there and trying to increase your formulas and stuff. It's really cool.
I wish we had more like gear, more weapons and ammunition, like military ammunition, like for example. And it's not meant that it's only about Russian ammunition, because in Russia we have like an ability to have and test different kind of rounds, but we don't have U.S. ammunition, for example, military issued ammunition here. Like it's impossible. So we are looking the information in the internet, and guys like Lucas and different kind of gun YouTubers and gun enthusiasts in the US helps us a lot with the information, how it actually works, how we should balance it, and it helps actually.
That's also that's what these podcasts are for too. So, and also it's kind of for like the community, so they can kind of see what this is like. Because I'm sure you guys kind of talk and message every now and again off podcast or off stream or whatever.
Yeah. So a couple things on that. I don't know currently how much of a difference muzzle brakes and suppressors are in the game currently. Something that I actually think would be pretty cool that you could introduce is if you have a surefire brake, such as this surefire setup right here, which I'm about 99% sure is in the game already, and you take an RC2, what this muzzle brake actually does is the ports back here act as mini baffles, basically. You're adding baffles to the suppressor. And that actually brings the sound decibel level a little bit lower. So there's obviously no recoil to like change because I'm not getting the benefits of a muzzle brake. But I'm actually getting, because of this muzzle device, not a Surefire War Comp, not a 3-prong, not a 4-prong, I'm actually getting some sound reduction. Now, I don't know how many muzzle brakes in the game would actually contribute to that. But as far as how muzzle brake interfaces with the suppressor and what actually changes, in my experience, it's been a little bit of noise, not very much. Blast shields, wardens, and the pig. What I've had with those is the recoil reduction I have gotten from those on various muzzle devices is more from the weight of the device, just more weight being out front, than the muzzle brake still doing its thing and shoving more gas to the front. I do think, though, that wardens and pigs, blast diffusers, should have a pretty consistent recoil pattern. It shoves everything right out the front. Nothing's coming out the sides. So the gun is basically, at least remembering, because it's been a while since I've shot with one, it's just throwing it all into my shoulder and straight up. Nothing's going to the left. Nothing's going to the right. The entire gun is literally just back into my shoulder. And because of that, it's also, generally speaking, rising as well. So maybe that's something that, blast, diffusers, the pig, stuff like that, instead of the recoil dancing to the side, like with most guns, it actually is more, it's more in an upright motion, which obviously will be easier for, PC players to, just drag the mouse down. And so they'd probably end up making them kind of meta. But that's been my experience with muzzle brakes and blast shields. And I usually don't use blast shields because the recoil is very, it just ends up being pretty harsh and the weapon is louder. It's just a huge fireball right out front. I'm not a huge fan. These are better, more. So this is a surefire break. Can goes right on, done. So
nice. Well, there is a feature on muzzle brakes. I think it's mainly on suppressors, but there's a loudness reduction.
Yep.
On suppressors, and I'm sure they could easily add that stat to, like, I think they have like the Wave QD and a couple other.
We have like all the parameters we have related to the recoil. We have like two types of recoil, like horizontal recoil and
vertical,
I don't know, like back recoil or something. We also have the initial vector of it and the angle and the spread of the recoil. And all of these parameters are planned to be changed with the different kind of muzzle devices. So actually, if you will attach the blast shields, it will reduce the angle, spread angle of the recoil, for example, add more to the shoulder recoil and decrease like other types of recoil. And like the muzzle brakes will be more usable and have more like variety in terms of application if you want to reduce recoil in different ways or something. So yeah, like we can actually edit later all of this stuff. And yeah, like I tested the blast thing on the AK, and it's like the jet engine. It like throws everything forward, and it looks like the jet engine. So the recoil is much worse actually with this type of thing. But again, it helps to save my partner's hearing, for example, and it works with the night vision devices too, kinda. And it's pretty good. And of course, it's always a good thing to use fast attachable suppressors, but we don't have such things like available widely here, especially for the 5.56 rifles and AKs. And we have manufacturers who actually trying to replicate surefire devices, old ones, RC2 and Wardens, and they are kind of like manufactured not like so good enough because they have the problems with the machine. I don't know how to say it, like problems within the inner parts of the devices. They are not aligned properly, and it's always a bad thing. It's always a hard thing to actually install it and make it straight. Right. And it's always a promise with it. Like the bullet is going not forward, it touches the sides of an inner sides of the suppressor, and it's going like
that's dangerous as fuck.
Yeah, and anyway, it's pretty good because it actually you can do it fast enough, like install and uninstall the suppressor. And another thing, and I wanted to ask you, like you are familiar with such type of devices, about like the initial accuracy of it. Like if you install the suppressor, do you need to actually to re-zero your gun or not?
Generally speaking, yes. When I throw one of these, let's say on one of my 10-3s, Mark 18, my shot group will move, let's see, at 25 meters, because your metric. So 25 meters, it will move about an inch on paper. So at 100 meters, that will be 4 inches around there. So every time I throw a can on a gun, I re-zero. Or I, just know it's not going to be super duper zeroed. But and some suppressors will actually, because I went to talk to Surefire, I visited their facility. Some suppressors, good ones, will actually tighten the shot group on certain rifles. So you can actually have a rifle that's like a 4 MOA gun, and you put a Surefire RC2 or something on there, and that can actually come down to maybe a 2 MOA gun. and actually be more accurate with a more repeatable, shot group. So I heard that. I didn't even know that. I was like, oh, cool. I didn't know guns could be more accurate when you add a suppressor. And that's something you could have in the game. Really, it would make some suppressors more expensive on the flea market, but actually make your guns more accurate, which I think would be pretty cool. It would probably be marginal, though. I mean, people probably wouldn't notice. The super nerd gamers who want the most meta gun ever would probably do it for sniping up on dome on reserve. Yeah, there you go. But that was something they told me. But yeah, if any of my scoped guns, long range guns, I re-zero, suppressed or unsuppressed if I pull the can. So I know this was zeroed with a suppressor. It also, and this is the unfortunate part, it also has to be the same suppressor. If I take this 5.56 can, which with this serial number 10 at the end, I zeroed it with this, I'm good. If I pull this 5.56 can and put on a different one, it'll actually be off slightly. It has to be the same suppressor if you want your perfect zero that you originally zeroed at. Very nerdy, but
But as I understood correctly, this was like the selling point of the system. Like you have fast attach, and like what's the point if you need to re-zero your gun every time you reattach the suppressor? So I don't know.
It's not. I'm doing it because I'm picky. It's not like my zero's off like a ton. I can still shoot the gun out to 200 meters fine. It's more for like this gun, a 13.9 with a 2-10 scope. If I want to go to 600 meters, that's where I'm actually going to need to re-zero slightly, make a little adjustment to make sure I'm actually on. Some suppressors I do believe will be off even more when you put them on. Well, pistol cans especially, those are the worst. But there is a slight deviation for sure.
Does that have to do more with the baffles inside the gun and like how the pressure builds up, or is it just like the length, or is it like a combination of all the things?
I think it's a combination. It's magic. I don't know.
Magic. Okay.
I think it's
suppressor magic. Got it.
Yep. And then it depends on the ammo too. So
yeah, ammo's always a big factor.
Yep.
The ammo, the shape of the bullet, and everything. Yeah. Okay. So cool. I actually have a lot of different kind of cans, and like every single time if I want to shoot with the can, I need to like re-zero it and forget about zero it again. So like it's just okay. This gun will be with the can permanently, and
yep.
Mm-hmm. I mean that kind of reminds me of a bit of how like Tarkov can kind of fluctuate zeros, because every optic in the game has either like if it's a microdot's 25 meters and goes up to like 100, and then every other optic is like 50, generally goes like 300-400. Depending on the muzzle velocity of the gun, the zero will actually kind of offset. So like if you have a gun that's like 700 meters per second, your 100 meter zero is actually going to be still a holdover. So you're still going to have to hold slightly above in order for that shot to land. Whereas if you're at like about 850 to 900, your holdover is no longer there, and your zero is going to be like on point all the time. And that's something that people actually kind of get confused with Tarkov in terms of the zeroing, because they're like, why isn't my 100 meter zero working? It's like, well, you're shooting a Val. It's subsonic. Like that's not, the ballistic trajectory is just not going to match up. It won't be there.
Weird question. So I recently built my shooting range in my hideout because I had the items to do it. I only just hit level 22. I'm a little late, but whatever.
Wow, what a casual.
I know. Would it be possible to have a 100 meter lane in the shooting range for players to actually test their drops and their zeros? Because I have noticed on some guns, and I haven't dived into it because you can't do that in a raid. Because not
you can do offline. You can do offline raids.
Yeah, you can do an offline, I guess. But
we plan to add 100 meters.
Is it gonna be a train tunnel?
I don't know. Like it will be as an upgrade within the hideout. So
yeah,
we will like add the ability to upgrade your shooting range, and one of the levels of the shooting range will be like increased distance of your shooting range. And yeah, we want to add it. I don't know when, but we will add it for sure.
Could you add a ping sound when we hit the steel? So like if it's a long range, you go shoot and it goes ding, and it makes that ping. Because dude, I've been doing long range shooting like a lot lately. I've been taking my R700 out, and I've been going like I went like 2 times this week in a row. And what's crazy is when I go to the gun store, there's like lots of ammo buy limitations. I can buy as much 308 as I want there, but I can only get 1 box of 5.7 a day. I'm just like, how many people have 5.7s? Like, what the hell? But man, it's just like I'll be hanging out and just shoot, and man, hitting the steel like from far away, and just having the sound come back. It's just it's a really awesome feeling. I don't know, I love it.
I'll say honestly, what I would prefer on the 100-meter is a target that you either, again, this is a game. I don't know how realistic you'd want to make it, but you can either bring the paper target back and see what your exact group is aiming at the point of the target or the human silhouette, or it's just a camera, so you use 4 cameras to level up your
yes, it's also fun.
Have range buttons.
It will be the monitors with the camera feeds, and, as an upgrade for the shooting range.
Expensive in the game, jeez. Oh well,
that's gonna be cool. Will the shooting range actually have any like practical gameplay applications in terms of like leveling skills or anything like that in the future, or is it just gonna be for, just going and testing your guns out?
It's just testing the guns, because this is like offline thing, and
what?
I meant more like a passive bonus of some kind, similar to like the library or like various other.
I don't know.
In the hideout.
I don't know. We'll see. Maybe we'll add something. I don't know.
Honestly, one way you could do it, I don't know if anyone would do it, but the ammo you take in, you actually use, but you can actually get skills. I don't know if people would just farm it though. But then you're actually paid.
They farm everything. They farm everything.
Dirty.
It's always to them to give people more things to level. Like skills or their character, they always cheese it out a lot. Like
they always find the min-max task to level something.
I want a shot timer that I can put in my gamma, and in raid all my weapons handling doubles XP, having that little timer in my gamma.
You see a hatchling, you're like, all right, beep.
And I can bind it to a key. My tilde key will
hotkey it.
That'd be a great item in the game. Think of how much people would use it to, psychological warfare. It'd be great.
No, yeah, it'd be great. It's like, wait, did you hear that sound? It just gets fucking clicked. Like, cool. Lucas, so I have a question. Do you have any like experience with like fragmentation grenades, flashbangs, stuff like that?
Flashbangs, yes. Breaching stuff, I've been around it. I don't run around throwing frag grenades though, unfortunately.
Okay, fair enough. Well, the reason why I ask is because a pretty like hot topic in the Tarkov community for some time has been like the grenade spam in EFT, and how like it's just like grenade, lots of grenades.
Honestly, should they just be more expensive? Because they're cheap. They cost.
Here's my thing, because like I've trained with grenades before in the Marine Corps. And when you have an explosive device, you have to treat it with care. You don't just throw the fucking thing instantly. You have to like pull it out, ready the pin. Okay, I'm holding it close to my chest, and then you pull the pin, and then you throw it, right?
Some more time.
Yeah. And so a lot of people have problems with the grenade spam in Tarkov, and I think it's perfectly a justifiable problem. In EFT, you can hotkey a grenade. Just like you can medicine. And when you hotkey it, your guy readies the pin, he makes a sound, and then you left click for an underhand throw, or you left click for an overhand throw. And I think a lot of people in the community would like to see a change with grenade throwing, where the instantaneous throwing is gone, and say if you press G, your guy just readies the grenade, and then you have to left or right click the throw. Like Squad does this, Counter-Strike does this, lots of games do this. Because that would inherently reduce the rate at which you can throw a grenade, and it would treat it more like a powerful tactical device. And there's also a feature where like you hold R and mouse wheel, you can actually choose a specific magazine you want to reload. I figured you could probably do the same thing with a grenade. Hold G, mouse wheel, you can choose what grenade you want, and then you throw it, right?
So then you could have Yeah, flashes and frags. I don't hotkey. I just spam G and throw them immediately.
Me too. I mean, I don't like AD strafing or bunny hopping in Tarkov, but I still do it.
I'll do it.
I still do it.
Well, yeah, and there's a couple ways to approach it. I think it'd be cool if they were just really expensive. And they were, I mean, because in reality, well, over in other countries, not necessarily, but if they were more expensive, then, you know, it'd be like, ooh, do I really want to take one in? Do I really want to use one? It's, you know, 50 grand each, you know, 60 grand each. So you're not taking in 8, you know, like I'll go in with 6. I mean, I don't care. They cost nothing. But if they actually were like 50K, they're a little more rare. You can't really find them in raids. Scavs don't have them very much. Prap War doesn't sell you 8. Then they would be more luxurious of an item, and you would have to really decide when you're using them than just going in and spamming like heavy nades. Because right now, like the 40 mic launcher, my understanding is the grenades are, I think I just sold one for 40 grand. The launcher alone is very expensive, the M320. And we don't see that used all the time. Maybe something similar could be done with the grenades as far as price, and there'd just be that barrier to entry. They're still great. I mean, explosives are great. I mean,
of course. I mean, it's a grenade. It blows up overpressure, kills things.
But, you know, if they were more expensive, then the average, you know, player may not be running in with 10. Or they could be heavier and weigh you down. But then after you max your stats, it doesn't matter. So
yeah, true.
That doesn't do anything. But I don't know.
Okay, I see a point. I will see. Actually, we can run the statistic gathering thing. It will show us how exactly people use grenades and how many grenades is like roaming around the locations and stuff. And we'll see. Maybe we'll change something. I don't know, but okay,
cool.
More, and I've always thought that too. You know, like in dorms, you know, there's been some really good times for gunfighting. Which gunfighting in Tarkov, I mean, that's why Tarkov is awesome. Is the gunfighting. The whole gunfight gets spoiled because I throw a nade, kill the guy, or he throws a grenade, kills me, and so then there's no gunfighting occurring. Plus, there's no terrain destruction, so the explosives don't work 100%. Obviously,
well, there will be in streets. In streets, they'll have that. You're actually gonna be able to blow up like holes in certain walls. And have you seen the Streets gameplay trailer? You should go watch it if you haven't. So
I did see it a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, so if you notice, like when they throw grenades, there's like physics activating, like books will fall off shelves. There's certain areas you can like blow holes in walls where like the integrity is like weak. It'll be static, but they're gonna add like a bunch of like really cool like physics and shit like that will, you know, grenades will in fact like affect the environment. Mainly like I think concealment, not necessarily cover, but unless it's in those static locations, it should be pretty cool.
This is a note. So I never use flashbangs because to me, there's no reason when they cost the same as frags. Flashbangs, if we wanted to encourage more people to use flashbang, because they are a good device, those could stay cheap or cheaper than frags. Those could be a quarter of the price and still be usable. Because I just never use them because I can just buy grenades that will actually kill people.
A VOG, right?
I think I was playing with, who was I playing with? I was playing with someone that said, why are you using flashes? Let's just get frags. Like, doesn't matter. Like, no team killing, I guess, but there's no reason. But if they were cheaper, you know, poor man grenade, then yeah. I mean, I've been using them before I hit level 20 because I couldn't really get grenades very well.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And I'll say this wipe has been super fun with the level 20, you know, lengthening the beginning of the game and having frags hard to get. Like there wasn't a lot of grenade spam. Now that I think about it, early the first 2 weeks, because you had to use ES lamps to get grenades. You couldn't just buy them, except they showed up on Fence at one point. And then you could only get flashes, and that's all I was going in with. I couldn't spam people with grenades. I thought it was great. There just weren't as many available.
I think a majority of the player base liked the increased level 20 on the flea market because it encouraged players to use the traders more and use items that they found in raid more instead of just like, let me go in raid, get money, and then go buy this item. And I think a lot of players like that. The only thing that I do think that sucks about that is like people who it, like you, for example, you don't have a lot of time to play. There's a lot of people like you, right? Who can't
Right.
dedicate, and they don't get level 20 quick. They have all these fucking barter items and stuff in their stash, and they're just like, they have no stash space, and they know they need them for quests. They know they need them for barters, and like, they're like a little overwhelmed, especially like the standard account owners. Like those guys are struggling, you know what I mean?
Right.
And but at the same time, EFT is kind of supposed to be a struggle. But it doesn't mean that things can't be changed to make it a little bit easier for the people who can't dedicate as much time.
How many stav boxes did you have by the time you hit 20?
One. I only need one because I organize my stash well and I also have EOD.
I had 2. I could have had 3.
Wow.
But I also probably wasn't selling items to traders as much as I could have because I don't know what items I need to hang on to. I probably could have sold some, but I was up to 2 on.
Were they full? Just like full to the brim?
Just all the way. And then
Wow.
the chest rigs, the newer chest rigs that fit more items than they take up space. I had a few of those that were full.
Oh, you got it. Nice. You figured it out. Молодец, боец.
Finally, I removed it. Yes.
Now you just grab the barrel and the gas tube. With
Yeah.
your,
Just get some gloves and you're good.
like,
That lower handguard looks cool. Is that M-Lock?
It's
Yeah,
an
it
old
looks like-
one.
it
It looks
like
like
M-Lock.
SLR.
just on the side.
handguard. It's actually the replica of SLR done by a Russian company, and yeah, and I want. Oh shit! I just want to remove it and install this one. Beautiful SAG handguard.
Ooh, that looks nice. That thing's
Oh.
probably gonna get hot. Wait, actually, is that a gas tube on the top?
Yes, it's a gas tube, but
Yeah,
I
it's gonna
will
get hot.
I will replace this gas tube with this thing, as I showed you, is like the side handle as an MP5 kind of stuff for the like.
Does that reciprocate when you shoot it?
No,
No, so it's non-reciprocating. That's nice.
Yes, it's just like the MP5 thing. It's just
That's
for
really
that
cool.
stuff. Yeah, and
That's super
and you'll be able to do an HK slap
Slap.
with your like,
Yes.
Sega 9 or like KP9 or VGS or
Minus 10 efficiency, but okay.
Negative 20 ergonomics.
okay, go on.
Cool. So I actually saw something like this on Reddit, actually. And I thought it was a pretty interesting idea. So like the flea market was changed to be released at level 20 now, and it's a free for all, right? Level 20. But somebody suggested that the flea market should release in incrementals in terms of what you can buy and sell. So like level 10, barter goods. So you can buy and sell barter goods. That's it.
I
And
actually like that idea, and most likely we will do exactly the same. So we will limit the tiers or like all the kinds of different items, and we will be like locking them like levels. I don't know, like for example, level 10 just the medical stuff, level 15 the ammunition, level 20.
I feel like ammunition should be the last thing, personally. Like ammo and body armor, since they affect the TTK the most. I feel like
But
those should be the last things.
You got the point, like to limit it more, because I really do not like the availability of the flea market in general. So
I think a lot of players agree with you, Nikita.
So we invented it, and it was cool as a system, but again, it draws a lot of like
people chase money. People just
Yeah,
chase the money, and they don't care about what they buy at the traders. They don't care about what they're finding in raid. They just go for what's worth the most money. How can I make more money? And then I can buy whatever I want.
Yeah, and what we have right now, like the availability at level 20 and the gameplay around it, what we actually want it to be. Like this is the old cool kind of gameplay that we wanted. OG gameplay, yeah. And let it be this way, and we further will limit it more. So, yes.
Do you think potentially doing it maybe either based off the player level or off the flea market reputation? Because we do have a flea market reputation, and which when we sell stuff, it goes up, and then we get like more things to sell. It could be based off that. I don't know.
I think the good idea will be to limit it with your level, with your flea market level, and more with some quests and stuff. So to limit it more naturally with a lot of different kind of things. And it will not be just your level, for example. It will be something more, and you will need to complete things to unlock, I don't know, specific things. And
basically what the Reddit post detailed was when you hit level 10, barter goods, 15 medical items, 20 keys, 25 guns, 30 armor, and then 35 and 440 would be ammo. And it would just basically kind of unlock like that. And I thought that made, kind of good sense.
If that's the case, I saw someone in chat mentioned, well, at that point, it screws up for players who don't play a lot, because me getting to level 40, that may or may not happen this wipe. We'll see. Or, I may not get there until the very end. Or the traders had, level 2, level 3 had more options for ammo, and it could, get bought up and be sold out, so that you could still get decent ammo, before you're level 40 and get by. And then, of course, steal.
And there's also the hideout too. Players can level their hideout up. Maybe you could add some more crafts, level 1 and 2 workbench. So players are utilizing their hideout to craft ammo, and they can buy those barter items off the fleet to craft their ammo. And then they instead of selling the ammo from the hideout, they use it for themselves in their raids.
Yeah.
And maybe you could adjust the crafting timers. There's a lot of sub changes. And again, this is got chat trying to get too upset. This is all hypotheticals. We're literally just talking about a Reddit post. Try not to get your panties in a bunch.
I can feel that. I don't have an opened stream right now. I don't read comments right now, but I'm most likely feeling
it. You feel the energy there.
Yeah. And first of all, it's all hypothetically. It's all the theories, and it doesn't mean that it will be this. Yeah. But all I can say, two things. First one, the game will be harder for everybody, and it will get harder and harder and harder. And more complex, more interesting, more unique and stuff. I always say like this. And the second one is, you all guys think that we are making only your life worse.
It's all our lives.
Because we don't have an ability to play the whole day. We don't have the time for it. We have families, we have work, and these streamers is just for them. These grinders is just for them, and stuff. We made an actual statistic around players, and only I think 0.02% of all the player base are those grinders, are those who play the game a lot, more than 10 hours, more than 15 hours per day. It's only 0.02% of all of the player base. It means that all of the changes, all of the limitations, all of the hardcore stuff, it's for everybody. And you all are in the same position, actually, because this really, really smart percentage who can play the game and get all the stuff so early. It's literally not so many people. It's really low percentage of it. So keep this in mind, please. So all of the changes in the game are for the majority of the people, and it's not the majority. It's for the vast majority, that actually for the most part of the player base.
I've always told people if you make good ammo and armor more rare, sure, people who play the game every day will still be able to acquire these things, but you're not running into those players every single raid.
Yes, of course.
And so the norm, if you allow everybody to get the good armor and everybody gets the good meta guns, everybody gets the good meta ammo, then it makes only 5% of the game's content viable for combat, which is not fun, because the EFT has so much variety. When you're only limited to a very small portion of the game's content, you're completely ignoring everything else because it's irrelevant to gameplay. And you're not again, like you said, Nikita, nobody's running into these sweaty chads meta players every single raid. It's the smallest percentage of the community.
Yeah, I think I've done around 100 raids so far this wipe, and I've only ran into one on a raid where I was just or maybe two, completely outmatched right when I see him, shoot him
Futon doing backflips and shit.
Ammo doesn't kill him. It's only been twice for 100 raids, which is pretty good. And probably because level 20, extended everyone having Yuli armor, AKs, and not having super Chad M4s and stuff. So it's not. I don't think it happens as much as people like to say, or maybe it's just this wipe's different. I don't know. I just didn't experience it a whole lot.
It could also be your personal experience. I'm sure there are players who have been running into just like Alton guy after meta mutant dude, like raid after raid after raid.
Oh, they're
so, yeah.
This particular wipe is different. Like I think we never had this kind of wipe at all for the whole history of EFT. And the main thing is what we are seeing, what we are experiencing in the back end part of this, like the other side of the whole of the process. We are liking it, and we need to be focused on keeping this playable, what we have right now. And it's pretty cool because actually with this wipe we are we gained a lot of stuff. We gained a lot of new players, and we gained like a lot of returning players also. And we see like the gameplay became more interesting, especially for this first 20 levels, and more than that because we did a lot of changes actually for the slowing of the leveling thing. And I don't know, we should focus on this. We should add more stuff to make it like less painful, but to keep that kind of pressure and the interesting level, and make it more whole and complete it in the end of the production of the game.
I agree.
How often, and this is something I haven't paid super attention to, how often do trader items refresh or change, like prep or whatever, based on what he's offering? Is there a lot of that, or is it kind of all the same stuff kind of at all times if you're level 1, level 2? Or does it actually change? Like he'll all of a sudden have a shipment of 545 suppressors for a day.
Right now it's not changing, and this is the part of work that we want to like add later, to have this kind of feeling that the traders are actually live persons. So they will have some kind of different activities related to their I don't know, shipments, for example. Yes, the general lack of goods and different kind of stuff. So in the future we plan to add this kind of events, and actually we will add this kind of events later on this year, because you experienced the pre-wipe events.
They were awesome.
We experienced already a couple of current wipe events, and we plan to make it more, to make more such kind of events during this year. So they will not be linked to pre-wipe period, but we will add more than that, and they will change different kind of things within the game, and I think it will be pretty interesting and refreshing. And some of the events will be linked to traders and actually their like shipments, prices, discounts, and stuff.
It would even, and honestly, this would be kind of fun. It would be cool if at the same time the messaging service, because like I'm not always looking at every trader to see like, oh, what changed. If they, depending on the item or the shipment or whatever, but Prapor literally sends me a message and says, hey, I got a shipment of a bunch of suppressors from, and then you can dive into the lore, but then you actually can be like, oh, he has this thing right now, not the normal, like AK stocks and whatnot. Because then people will actually be using the message center more. Therapists would say, I just got a bunch of morphine out of date, and I'm selling it for nothing. And you're like, oh, cool, I'll shut myself up with, out of date.
This also is planned. Like the notifications from the traders, they're also planned. And like I said, we are making the whole variety of different kind of events, and we want to show you, we want to give you information as much immersive as possible, and it will be felt like it's something within the lore of the game. And there will be things. We are currently researching how we should give you all of the information of the changes which are correlated with the actual game universe and the game economy. Not like something like crucial changes, like system changes or something like fixes. It's more like economy changes and different kind of stuff. New items, new shipments, new places of spawning items, new exits even on the locations. All of this will be showed to you with the different kind of interactions, maybe the information in your hideout, the messages within the messenger system within the game, and so on. This is a pretty big task actually, and we want to make it perfect. And then later on, when we will release the game, all of this system will be an actual system. It will have like chances, like actual inner automatic, some kind of automatic planning and stuff. So it will be controllable by not us, but by the system. So
the machine.
The machine, yeah. And this is kind of goal for us to make it like live, dynamic kind of event system related to everything within the game, especially linked to the economy stuff and so on.
I'm really excited about all that because for the past like 4 years, I think the thing that really turns people off of Tarkov more than anything, especially later into the wipe, is the predictability and consistency of the gameplay. The reason why I love the events is because it completely shakes things up and makes it a whole new gameplay environment. Like where, you know, the water event, for example, like people were looting food and water containers more than they ever were. And you were seeing players in those locations more than you ever were before in the past. Mm-hmm. And something that really I know bothers myself and a lot of other Tarkov players is when you know exactly where you're going to see people in raid, what they're going to bring in, what ammo they're going to have, what armor they're going to have, what gun they're going to have. And it's that predictability that kind of kills the game because EFT is so dynamic. It's such a dynamic experience. And that's, I think, what really draws people to it is just that uncertainty, that unpredictability. And I think people love that. However, I'm sure there are the people who do enjoy the predictability. They love knowing what they're going to see every raid, and they love knowing how to prepare every single situation. But this isn't really, I hate using this word for Tarkov. It's not really realistic, or I guess you could say immersive, right?
Exactly.
I like events. I like the game being different. I think it's cool. Granted, I usually only play a couple times a week, and if it's only a week long, I miss out on most of it. But whatever.
Don't worry, we'll play soon. I'll carry you, bro. We'll get you to like level 30 in a day.
Oh, thank you. Well, now I'm at 20. It doesn't matter what level I am.
Yeah, you can get whatever you want.
Like the armor every time. And an R-staff.
The really good thing, actually, that even we are developing the EFT for the whole 5 years, more than 5 years, it will be 6 years this year. It's still a lot of things, a lot of different features, big features that will change the game a lot. So this is pretty unique stuff because actually, if you have such kind of game, like any different game with this long life cycle, like 5, 6, 7 years, 10 years, it's pretty the same. The gameplay is pretty the same. Yeah, they have different kind of instances, realms and stuff, but the gameplay is like settled. But in EFT, we have a lot of features that will change gameplay. For example, inertia and stuff. Like it will change the game. And new malfunctions, it will change the game. It will heat up your asses so high. So I don't know. Like we are actually thinking about it. Is it a good idea to implement the whole lineup of the malfunctions? Because it will require to check your chamber first to determine the malfunction and to act correspondingly to the actual malfunction. And the malfunctions will be different, like 4 types of them, or even 5 types of them. Overheating stuff, the suppressor-related malfunctions, the suppressor overheating, and many things that will actually give you more, I don't know, stress. Yes, stress is a good thing. And the game is stressful enough, but this is the kind of features that we always wanted to add within the EFT. And I am questioning myself, is it needed actually right now? or we will add it to see how it will go and make it more arcadey. I don't know. But again, like today, I saw the whole like the process how I actually received the malfunction. It will have different kind of notifications, flashing lights, flashing light within your screen like interface to showing that something is wrong, and you need to check chamber, determine the malfunction, press the corresponding shortcuts to remove the malfunction, to troubleshoot your gun. It looks cool and it looks realistic. And
I remember stovepipes in alpha. They were fun. You go and you gotta like flick the round off, and like you'd have to like rack the chamber. And you'd have like double feeds, and he'd be like, oh shit, and you'd have to like take the mag out and you'd rack it, and you'd put the mag back in. And you know, one thing that I tell people all the time is that EFT is not a realistic game. The only thing that's really realistic about Tarkov is how the guns are simulated. The guns, the nomenclature, like the optics and like armor and stuff, like it's all like one-to-one to real life for the most part. And I think this simulation of the firearms themselves is one of the things that personally drawed me to the game, is because like muzzle deviation with procedural animation and breathing affecting your accuracy. It's not like, you know, cone of fire stuff. And I think more of the simulation on the firearms themselves is really what sets EFT apart from all other games out there. Is it just like it's a true simulation of the firearm, but then we can like go jump off a building, break both our legs, staple our torso, put our legs back on, take some pills, and go run around like a madman. And but you know, that's fine. You know, it's still a game at the end of the day.
Yes, and yeah, go ahead.
Malfunctions have screwed me over a few times so far. Good fun. As that is implemented, which I think is a great idea, I know people are going to be upset, but it'll be really cool to see. What I'm looking forward to is seeing streamers and gamers who learn the malfunctions probably after a few weeks, hotkey certain remedial action, and actually clear malfunctions in the middle of gunfights. I think that's going to make for very sick, very cool clips.
I rebound my malfunction clear key just to T, press T, because the default shift T, just because it's right next to R and it's really quick. So like if my gun goes click, I just hit T real quick, and my guy just racks the gun and I'm good. But now I'm also bringing in a handgun every raid too, just in case for whatever reason, if I can't clear, if I don't hit T, I'm like, oh fuck it, bring my handgun out. And it's actually saved my life multiple times, because I've gotten in a lot of situations where like I mag dump at a dude, I'm empty, he mag dumps at me, he's empty, he's reloading, and I'm just like, oh, bang. And that's it.
Just wanted to add for those who don't like the malfunctions and they're existent within the game, there will be the feature, so you will be able, if you have a malfunction, you will be able to draw your gun quicker, like on adrenaline or something. So we want to add fast draw of your pistol. If you encounter the malfunction, at least you will have the chance to quickly draw your gun, draw your pistol, and
that'd be cool.
Like just to give you like
an option
to ease this thing. And but again, I like this thing. I like the idea that you need to train within the game. You need to train to troubleshoot your gun. It's cool. Really cool. Like first time when I saw the clips of people encountering the malfunction, it was like pure hell. Like, oh my god,
they freak out,
and death, instant death, like it's so bad, it's so bad. But again, you just need to train it. You just need to to train it, like in real life. You need to train it in your hideout, for example, and you will be able to quickly press the shortcuts and remove the malfunction. I think it's a realistic thing.
I think the max perk for weapon malfunctions, because there's a weapon malfunction skill, I'm pretty sure the max perk is it happens automatically. So once you level it up, your guy, like malfunction happens, it automatically clears it. So you don't even have to press a button. It just kind of happens on its own.
It will not be this way. It will not be this way. But yes, it will give you some kind of help with the
like faster, whatever.
Make it fast. Like again, the thing is that at the full scale system, you will need to determine the type of malfunction. And with the elite level skill, you will automatically determine what kind of thing. Like you perfectly understand, like, oh, it's double feet. You're like, you can feel it. Like it's double feed and not it's not like shell jam. How to say it? Bracing jam.
Failure to feed. Yeah.
And different kind of things. And we actually wanted to add more. Like if you have really low durability gun, you will have a chance that it will explode with the like disclosed chamber or disclosed bolt.
And this is my favorite. If you load the wrong ammo into the gun.
Yeah, I was literally about to ask the same question. You put a 5.56 in an MCX, bro, it blows up in your face. That'd be awesome.
Don't do that actually. But like AKs, you got a crappy AK with 3.66 ammo. You put something else in, it should blow up. But in MCX, I've had it happen. They don't blow up. They have fail safes, which is great. 5.56 to 3 blackout.
Oh really?
Yeah, but I've actually seen other guns not have those fail safes and blow up with 5.56 to 300.
Especially 9mm AR-15s.
Yeah,
like, they have like really high rate of fire and.
I will say, if this happens, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go into raid and I'm gonna load my mags with a bad ammo, like in the middle. I'll have good ammo on the top, 9.500, and I'll just go die, lose all of it, and then hopefully the guy's gonna blow up.
He's like, "Oh, this gun's pretty sick." It just blows up in his face. That's funny.
That'll be
dastardly.
So just to finish my thought, if you will return to the game the year before, then current moment, you will notice a lot of cool stuff, a lot of like new, refreshing kind of things, and the gameplay will feel different. I can promise you that. It's not that we will fix stuff, we will like fix servers, remove all the cheaters and everything.
What about the VoIP?
Yeah,
just kidding. I'm just kidding. Don't answer that question.
12.12. VoIP is actually planned for 12.12. We will add this VoIP. You will see how it will be within the game. I'm not sure about it, but as I said before, we will just add it, and you will see. It will be permanently.
Temporary.
It will be disabled by default. You need to like switch it on. And most likely we will implement some kind of report feature. You will be able to actually report those who abuse the system, abuse the VoIP. And this is my general fear of it. I don't want to like the immersion spoil with the shit on going through like.
And here's the question: so players get reported for VoIP. The penalty. There's obviously a lot of ways to go about, stopping people from doing it. I personally feel like a temporary VoIP, like basically it's just a VoIP ban. Like, oh, sorry, you can't VoIP for 3 days.
That's not a bad idea.
Yes, there will be two types of penalties. First one will be temporarily or permanent ban of the VoIP, and if you are
and
you actually
like speeding ticket.
That's gonna be a meme in no time.
Yeah. So this is kind of the thing is like you will actually can be banned permanently if you are transmitting some kind of like really bad things, and if you it was reported like a lot and constantly, you can be banned permanently in the game. So
awesome.
Be aware, people. Be aware, please.
Be aware. I always encourage my community when I stream this game, like to be optimistic for the future and have no expectations, because like the way that the game is right now may not always be the same. Like the stats of things, the way we play, etc., etc. And like we have to be willing as a community to be able to adapt to these changes instead of just be like, fuck this, I hate it, remove it, I don't want this. Well, I feel like that mindset, like you're just kind of closing yourself off from learning something new. Like I said, like with malfunctions, like I remember my first death, I shot, my gun went click, I had no idea what to do. I was like, I panicked, I literally ran around in circles and I died. Because I wasn't used to it. In the 5 years that I played this game, my muscle memory was that never happens. And then it happened. And ever since that happened, I was like, you know what? I'm going to rebind the key. And now I'm going to bring in a handgun every single raid, no matter what. I'm just always going to have a handgun. I can afford it. And I decided to adapt my playstyle to meet this new standard that the game has provided for me.
Exactly.
Yeah. And I think that's a mindset that I think a lot of players should have with this game, because it is still very much in development. I mean, wait until inertia comes in, man. Like all of the AD and like the movement, the muscle memory that players have ingrained in their brain for years is going to go out the window. It's going to be gone. And you're going to have to adjust and get used to that instead of bitch about it and wish it was back the way it was. Because I feel like with that attitude, the game will make no progress. It won't move forward. It will never go forward. The product cannot continue to develop into what BSG really wants it to be.
Yes, that's what I wanted to say. And like a lot of things, a lot of guns even. For example, we plan planning to add double barrel shotgun. For what reason? Why? I don't know.
Why not?
Why not? Like, it's super shitty gun, and it will be scav weapon, of course. And if you have a really low karma with your scav, you have this gun. And why not? Like, it's good because
give high karma scavs KS-23 with flash rounds.
Extreme.
No strap 10, just flashes. That's it.
What? So when are I might be behind on podcasting and planning. Fence doesn't have quests for scavs yet, does he? Or is that a thing? Or is it ever going to be a thing? Or no?
We have a
Scab
special
DLC, right?
Yeah, like we have a special plans for the fence, and he has quests, like couple quests, and there will be more quests. But in general, he kind of shady person and not so.
Yeah, it's pretty sketch.
Yes, pretty sketchy, and it doesn't work like other traders. He just don't give you quests and stuff and all of that, like, friendly kind of thing. Like, hello, can you have, like, I have a task for you. Come on, get in. And we will add daily quest. And
people are really excited for that.
Like, and right now we are already working on them. They are planned. I hope for 12.12. I like really do not want to spoil things and do not want to give you false
hope.
False hope. Yes.
Over deliver.
I actually said that scarves will be within the game in 12.11, and
this may not be now.
Yeah, but in 12.12 they 100% will be within the game. 12.12.
You heard it here first, folks.
So I need to go.
Scar's overrated as fuck. I'm just gonna say I'm not excited about the Scar. Overrated gun. I don't like shooting them in real life. I think they're overrated. It's a cool gun in video games. In real life, not that cool. I'm sorry. I just don't think they're that cool. I'm sorry.
You're not wrong. The 7.62s are better.
5.56 is great, but the 7.62, yeah, I don't like that one specifically.
Oh, see, I love it. I think it's great.
It hurts my face when I shoot it, bro. It's so aggressive and like it throws optics off and stuff. It hurts.
But
especially with short barrels.
Very low recoil. I don't know. I like it. It's cool. I will say I have a nice one. So maybe not every Scar 17 out there is great, but I got a nice one.
All I want in Tarkov is a 338 bolt action sniper rifle. I want the L96A1, the British sniper rifle with the green stock and the Macmillan stock. That's all I want. I just want more snipers, and snipers need more love in this game. I like bolties, man.
More exfil camping. I like it.
Yep.
I'll take up the pistol
and there will be bolt action high caliber rifles for sure.
I'm sure.
Yeah, like everything is planned.
Everything is planned.
Like everything will be in the game.
People always ask me, like, do you think this gun should be in the game, Clean? I'm just like, why not? Sure. I mean, the DFT is like the gun game. Have all of the that's a nice RSAS, man.
Why would you?
That looks so much cooler in real life than it does in Tarkov. Why does it look so much better?
Because it's mine.
Okay.
And armory lighting. No,
that thing is fucking sexy, dude.
I don't have the mount to put the red dot on here, but the Voodoo with the
that's the Delta Point mount, right? or can you put anything on there?
It's designed for their optic. I need to figure out if they have a plate. It actually doesn't fit a Delta point. It sucks, but whatever.
That blows.
So, but yeah, it's cool. It's very fun. I've got 2 of them. There's another one up there.
Yeah, bro. It's a nice looking rifle.
It's very nice, but spray paint.
We don't have such guns here.
Don't worry, Nikita. You're gonna come to the United States like we've been talking about this. We're gonna come shoot guns.
Yes.
Hang out. We're gonna do a road trip around America.
Yes.
You know what I mean? We're gonna meet and greet people and shoot stuff and hang out with the tactical community. It's gonna be badass.
I will visit all of you guys. Don't worry. We will have actually the player meetings too. So the plan is I want to travel all around the US and meet in the big cities and have a player meetings and stuff. I think it will be cool.
That would be awesome. We can get like a huge RV and like just travel around the US. It'll be cool.
It will be cool. I think it will be really cool, especially to have the finally have some kind of vacation, because I really can't have any vacations for the 3 or 4 years already, and it's not cool.
Yeah, I think
many people think that I have like my Instagram is only about the shooting, and I'm just shooting, and I'm just like do it all the week. And
Nikita doesn't fix his game. All he does is shoot guns.
Only a Sunday, 1 day per week, and it's not like a day. It's only 3 hours in the morning. We shoot these 3 hours per week, and this is it. Yeah. All of the time, I just working, and this is it. So it's
I think something. A lot of folks don't understand how beneficial to the game it would be for you to get away for a few weeks, come here, shoot with people, get ideas, motivation, more motivation, inspiration. Like that's a big part of work is like the just maintain vision for the game. And it could be the best thing for Tarkov is you taking off for a month to come learn, play with guns, talk to players, go back 6 months later, best update to the game. Just
relax.
Because I've got to do similar stuff from time to time, right? Leave work for 3 days, go work with some people or train people or something, and learn from them, get ideas, come back, and then it's, pound of rain and go to work. So you let us know. But I think for the game, I think it would be very beneficial to get away for a few weeks, come shoot RSASs and talk to, other players, hang out with folks here, see the impact the game is having here in America, and then go back and crush it. I think it'd be huge. So anything we can help out, you let me know. Mm-hmm. I want it to happen. So
yeah, man.
Be anything. So
thanks, guys. Yeah, I'm pretty positive that eventually it will happen, and I think next year. Next year, cool. Summer next year is it's a good time for that. So yeah,
guys, Nikita doesn't need financial help for the trip. He's fine.
Yeah.
Have you seen his car, chat? He has a Mustang in Russia.
my Mustang actually got broken again. I just spent I think 2 hours in total. I just got it. Made 2 rides, and something is like broken within the engine, and it's on the maintenance again.
How many horsepower is it?
It's more than 1,000.
Oh my god!
So it's too powerful, and you need to keep all of these horses on the low like rates per minute, like RPMs. You need to keep all the horses. They are like, I don't know how to say. They are crazy. They wanted to get out constantly, and all of this stuff is programmed within the computer to have all of the like systems working properly to make this car work.
Got to keep those horses in the cage.
It's pretty hard thing, and actually, something went wrong, and it's just broken. And the thing is, some kind of oil filter or oil pump is broken, and as the mechanic said to me, like, you are lucky your engine like could be exploded or something. And so there was a chance that the engine could explode while I was driving.
So car malfunction's nice. You can add those to Tarkov too.
Yeah.
And
So
yeah,
like,
APC is gonna blow up on us.
I don't have my car of my dreams right now. I think it's already more than 1.5 years. It's just been. It was built for more than a year, and right now it's just being repaired for the half of the year. So,
you know, random thought. I honestly think if you guys at Battle State ever made like a racing game, it would be pretty fucking cool. Like if you guys, like a hardcore racing game, like really got to like all like the mechanics of like the car and like the engine, that'd be pretty nuts.
Who knows?
Who knows? Kartov.
Okay.
So I just got to say this because chat has been nonstop about it. Nikita, can you please buff the ump? It is useless. It is not viable compared to every other SMG. It has way too much recoil. It needs to be around 40 vert, maybe like 150 horizontal.
You mean like, UMP?
Yeah, UMP. It's useless. Nobody uses it. It needs like a 30% buff. Like it needs to be good.
Are these all Counter-Strike players or...
Well, they introduced like Battle State logic. They introduced the ump, 45 caliber submachine gun, 650 RPM, really easy to shoot. They give it like 65 vertical recoil, like 230 horizontal, and then they add the fucking mutant, has sub 40 vertical recoil and 100 horizontal recoil, and it shoots 7.62 rounds. It's just like, why are you guys the way you are sometimes? I don't understand it. Like, hey guys, the MCX just got a buff, by the way. The barrel's got a recoil bonus, so go test around with the MCX.
Amazing.
Oh, you're lagging out a bunch, Lucas. I think your internet's taking a shit. I think you're good now.
It is. That's what I get with having fiber provided by the electric company. And, yeah.
ASVAL also got a buff, guys, if you didn't know. And the VSS. They both got buffs. And the Ash 12.
I wonder, I'm actually curious, have you shot a mutant, Nikita? Do you guys have similar, I mean, it's an AR shooting 7.62 by 39, but do you guys have those over there or similar?
No, we have 7.62 by 39 ARs, but not the actual MK47 kind of setup with the AK magazines. We just like I shot from a 7.62 by 39 AR, and I shot from the 3.66 AR a lot. And yeah, but I didn't shot from the MK47.
I'm kind of tempted. I don't have any 7.62 by 39 guns, only 5.45. I'm kind of tempted to get a mutant.
Do it.
Build it out and see what the recoil and everything's like, because I picked the one up on reserve and that gun was
it's insane.
It was nuts, and so I'm kind of tempted to buy one IRL and build it out, suppressor, the same, and actually see how flat and how fast it is. I think I'm just gonna. Yeah,
dude, I still want to come out and do like Tarkov skit videos with you and stuff, like Tarkov versus reality expectation videos, like clearing a corner versus like, et cetera, et cetera.
I need to put it on the calendar for probably soon. I don't know when.
Whenever.
Yeah, but absolutely.
I'll bring my Alton helmet out and everything, bro. That'll be a good time.
I'll get a mutant. We've our sepsis. We've got.
Yeah, it'll be just like IRL Tarkov.
Mutant.
Oh. I wish I could visit that. It will be cool.
It will be.
I'll say one thing I've looked into, Nikita, and I think it'd be really fun when you come out, is I've been looking for an abandoned mall. And what I've wanted to do is have a very small airsoft event that's interchange. And the two sides are USEC and Bear. and then there's a scav group that starts in the middle, and that could make for some interesting content. There's a bunch of abandoned malls, thanks to Amazon, in the U.S. that are up for grabs, and I've been looking for one for another project, but that could be something really cool when you come out, some sort of player event, fan event that's interchange. Now, decorate to look like interchange, that would cost a lot of money with crap everywhere, but it'd be super cool if that could be done too. But that's next level.
Yeah, I definitely could help you with that, like with all I can. Actually, yeah, it's pretty cool to have such kind of event. Yeah.
Interchange in real life with the Battle State crew and streamers.
Yeah, it could be cool.
Yep. Make it super dark. Yeah, I can try.
That'd be cool, dude. I'm still trying to figure out a camera that takes USB micro or HDMI micro, because I want to do like night vision range streams, but I just need to have a camera that can see like IR and night vision and stuff. Because like I have my DTMVGs and I haven't even used them yet for a shoot, and like I got them because I wanted to make content with them. But
camera to film you with it or film through it?
So my streaming bag right here, it's called a gun run bag. So it's basically like you got like a camera, you have like a battery, there's like a cell modem right here, and there's like this little computer here on the side, and this is an HDMI to HDMI mini in the back of the camera.
Right.
And I want to get a night vision capable camera that can support HDMI mini, because that way it'll directly plug into the feed of the little computer that does all the encoding that like uploads it.
We have modified Sony cameras with the IR filter removed. And we've done streams with those on YouTube, and I've shown IR lasers and stuff.
Really? Can you link me that stuff? Because I'll go buy that shit like right now, because I've been wanting to do that for a minute.
You do have to send the camera off to get modified.
Oh, that's fine.
I'm pretty sure you could hook that setup. It's a Sony A7R2 modified. I'm pretty sure you could hook that up to your streaming setup and then see IR. So the IR laser.
That'd be fucking badass.
The downside is, when the filter's removed, the color on the camera, because it's picking up IR light at all times,
right?
The color's off.
I would just have two cameras at that point, one for daytime and one for like night streams specifically. So
got 2 night vision cameras and then 2 or 3 day cameras, and we only use the night vision modified cameras 8 times a year, 6 times a year.
Right. But they work real well. That's cool. I'll have to watch that video and see what the quality looks like.
After we made ours to do the night vision video from, I think, 3 years ago, Bay Myers built the same one. They emailed us, and then TNVC as well. So everyone's running the same Sony modified setup now.
That's cool.
So it's the meta. It's the meta.
It's the meta for cameras. Nice.
Like $4,000.
Hey, Nikita, what gunsmith task are you doing?
The thing is, I think something is not right. Now
Mechanic's gonna be pissed. He's gonna make you fold that stock, man. And you're gonna have to put the magazine in.
Something is not right. It doesn't fit.
It's 3 more ergo.
Needs a little airsoft blue laser. I will say, can we? So gun parts can't fail. Well, weapon accessories don't fail right now. Batteries don't die. Could the airsoft lasers that aren't very good have a chance of dying as you're shooting it, or like being unzeroed or falling off the gun, like the little blue laser? Is there a way that the cheap gear? It'd be cool though. I think it'd be cool if there was cheap gear in the game players could use, but there's a chance it'll fail, or you go buy the nice gear, and then there's a disparity of actual weapon accessories outside.
It'd give you a reason for backup iron sights too.
Oh geez, now you're getting, yeah, but yeah, or co-witnessed irons like on an AK.
It's possible. It's possible because we are actually wanting to add batteries and stuff for the sights for the NVGs and stuff, and
I think that'd be cool.
With the addition of the batteries, we want to add like weapon, like not weapon, weapon part specific malfunctions too, like the breaking of like side glasses,
So I can shoot somebody's thermal off their gun.
something like this. And yeah, we will add it, I think, someday. I hope.
I just
Maybe in a couple of years, maybe. Yeah.
I just want to see streamers go in with a blue laser on their gun. And it falls off in the middle of a firefight, and then they're like, "Wait, it's on the ground."
Well, yeah, I mean that totally happens. I mean, I'll be out at the range and I'll be shooting stuff, and my optics come loose, my lasers come loose, like everything, like the gun loosens up. Yeah. Some people are just like, stop talking.
Red dot dies. Gun isn't lubed. I will say, and at some point malfunctions. I saw a thing in the chat. Someone asking there should be things you can do to your weapon prior, to going into a raid where you lessen the chances of a malfunction. Which I believe you can repair guns with the vendors.
Fire clean gun lubes the gun up, reduce malfunction chance.
Yeah, so that could be cool. Something like that.
We will also add the repair kits. We have like the models of the repair kits, like armor, weapons, and knives, and we will add them to have an ability to fix your guns in your hideout and in your stash of raid, like with like really good quality or something.
Somebody made me these.
I like it.
So
they
yeah.
even got the.
Oh jeez. Okay, look.
They even got the.
That's quite a stimulant.
Yeah, they even got like all the markers and stuff on all the stims.
One of those that's a range. I can just shoot
like
myself.
Tarkov. Isn't that cool?
That's very cool. You bring those props and you come out of the film. I've been collecting a few, like condensed milk to kill myself and other things like that. I already made that mistake. Anyway, well, Queen, I got a meeting I got to run to.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll wrap it up here. I think an hour and a half is perfect for a podcast. Usually I don't like to go more than 2 hours anyway. So, dude, Lucas, thank you so much for your time. Hopefully your meeting is productive, man. I know you're always a busy dude, and appreciate you always coming on and wanting to talk. Again, if you guys don't know Lucas, can we get a shout out for his Instagram in chat? You guys go follow him. His Instagram content super badass. He's always kind of posting like cool, like little Tarkov, like little clips and stuff, because he's always buying like real guns that are in Tarkov and actually shooting them and shit. It's really cool.
So,
thank you.
I'm streaming tonight. We'll see, but
cool. Yeah, dude. If you want a game, I'll probably be on. I'm gonna probably go to the range again, and then I'll probably be gaming later tonight if you want to play.
I'm jealous. I want to go to the range. Well, thanks, guys.
All right, man, dude. Thank you
for everything you're doing. I appreciate it. I like the level 20. Great.
All right, and Nikita, thank you, man. I appreciate your time, guys. We're gonna wrap it up here. I'm not gonna have Nikita sit here and have a Q&A like he does every other podcast. I'm gonna let him enjoy the rest of his evening, and hopefully he can fix his little gun here.
Yeah, like I'm trying to break in, like to put in this like gas tube, and actually it doesn't fit. But I have a bigger hammer, and I just hit it so hard, it like some kind of spark went off, and I'm not sure. I think something is not right. Thank you guys for being here, and I think I actually said a lot of things related to the future of the EFT. And I hope you found something interesting about it. And as you can see, I really love everything related to the guns, weapons, and all the gun culture, gun ecosystem of the world. And it really helps us, and not myself, like the whole team, to build the perfect game about guns, about weapons, tactics, gear, and stuff. And I hope you like it.
Yeah, I think people will. I mean, they're gonna go through growing pains, like we all do, but they'll learn. I still remember, Nikita. Remember when everybody thought medical animations were gonna ruin the game?
Mm-hmm.
They were just like, "Oh, what do you mean I can't run, jump, shoot, and heal at the same time? This is gonna kill the game, ruin PvP." But then they learned. So
yeah. So yeah, every change is planned, and it's been researched properly. And of course, there is still a big room to change it after we release it. And what we actually do right now, we making some changes to the balancing things to the economy and like weapons and stuff. and it will be like this till we release the game. So it's a natural thing for us to actually fix, change stuff live. And thank you for understanding that, because it's really important for the actual development of such kind of game as EFT, with a lot of stuff that we want to be as much real as possible, as much playable as possible. So thank you very much.
All right. Again, thanks, guys. Mods, could you plug Nikita's Instagram, please? Guys, go follow Nikita on his Instagram. His Instagram content is super badass. Like, he takes like really good photos, like montages and stuff. It's a really good time. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I appreciate your time. This will be uploaded on YouTube. If anybody wants to use any of this content from the stream for their own YouTube content or streams or whatever, feel free. This is all public domain for y'all because I like sharing. I think it's a good thing. And anyway, guys, peace out. Take care. You guys enjoy the rest of your morning, afternoon, evening. I'm going to go to the gun store, buy some ammo, and I think I'm going to go do another range stream. So I'm going to go do some shooting in probably like an hour or two. And that'll be pretty fun. I'm going to go hit some steel at like 500 yards. And yeah. Anyway, guys, peace out. Take care. And I will see you guys next time, man. Thanks for everything.